And for some talks about this issue, our health correspondent Teresa Su joins us now in the studio. Good evening, Teresa. So what is the rationale behind this petition to use more GM food?
Well, good evening to you, Joey. China is one of the world's largest consumers of GM produce, and it relies heavily on the U.S., for example, for soya beans. Imported GM soybeans make up about 3/4 of the market share in the country. The researchers argue limited production of GM food could pose a threat to food security. Now, they also want to push for the planting of GM rice. Zhang Qifa from Huangzhong University, Agriculture University, who leads the campaign, says the two types of GM rice developed at his university were certified as safe by the Ministry of Agriculture. Now, another professor from the same university said he's been eating GM rice for 14 years and is still in good health. The Ministry of Agriculture recently said that GM food is as safe as non-GM food. They also argue that stringent government regulations and certification process could better guarantee food safety. Now, currently in China, 39 labs throughout the country test for GM and non-GM food.
Genetically modified technology is just one kind of breeding methods. It's no difference from the crossbreeding. The only difference is more accurate because genetically modified methods is only one single well-known gene has been transferred. Secondly, I did enormous experiments, thousands of data or the tests I've been done, and no one showed there was a hazard to the human health.
Certainly, the argument there is obviously safety. Zhou Ye?
So obviously the public are not so well informed on this topic. What do they think about this issue? And the media, what do they say about this issue?
Well, on China's social website, Sina Weibo, many netizens expressed their doubts. Some say although there is no solid evidence that GM food is dangerous to humans, there can be potential health risks as it's still a very new technology. People also say those scholars should devote their time to prove the safety of GM food. There are also reports that many of the scholars have commercial motives. For example, Professor Zhang Qifa, who leads the petition and along with his team have been receiving funds from American GM food giant Monsanto since 2009. Now, Monsanto is responsible for bringing GM soy to China consumers. The company is reported to have modified soy to resist herbicides. According to US-based website naturalsociety.com, soy is included on the top 10 list of GM foods known to cause harm to humans, animals, and the environment. It also says zucchini and yellow squash are altered to resist viruses. So that is the general situation, and I think the debate is going to be ongoing. Zhou Ye, back to you.
The debate will continue for quite some time. Thank you, Teresa, for your reporting.